This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to From Dorms to Desks, job hunting tips for those early in their careers, a podcast brought to you by College Recruiter job search site, which believes that every student and recent grad deserves a great career, and hosted by Work Defined. Join our AI co-hosts as they dive into tips, tricks, and insights that will help you land your next part-time, seasonal, internship, or entry-level job. Let's get your career started.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. If you're tuning in, chances are you intimately understand a truly incredible, often challenging, but ultimately powerful journey. That of being a first-generation college student. Mm-hmm. It's an accomplishment that reshapes not just your own trajectory, but often the entire family's. You've navigated higher education, perhaps without a familiar roadmap, forging a new path.
Yeah, it's a huge step.
And with that immense pride and excitement comes a very real, sometimes daunting question. Okay, I've got this degree, or I'm in the thick of it, but how do I actually bridge this academic achievement into a thriving professional career?
Right, the now what moment.
Exactly. This deep dive is tailor-made for you. Whether you're just starting to dream about your career path, actively hunting for that crucial first internship or job, or even if you're a mentor guiding someone through this unique landscape.
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into the specific challenges and, critically, the incredibly potent strategies for first-generation college students as they navigate the often complex world of internships and early career opportunities. Yeah. Our mission is to distill the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight from a diverse stack of sources. Right. We've pulled from advice from seasoned career experts, comprehensive labor market data, and, perhaps most compellingly, the personal, lived experience of a first-generation student who didn't just navigate this path successfully, but truly excelled.
Think of this as your personalized shortcut to becoming well-informed, equipped with surprising facts, practical, actionable steps, and just enough humor to keep you utterly hooked on how to transform your truly unique journey, all those hurdles you've overcome, all that grit you've developed into your ultimate professional superpower.
Yeah, turning that experience into an asset.
We're going to systematically break down the landscape, uncover those often hidden strengths, and give you concrete, step-by-step guidance for building your career from the ground up. So let's peel back the layers and start with a foundational question. What exactly does it mean to be a first-generation college student, especially in the context of job searching? It's a term widely used, but sometimes the nuances and, more importantly, the immense diversity it encompasses can get lost.
That's absolutely the right place to begin. At its most fundamental, a first-generation college student is defined as an individual whose parents or legal guardians did not complete a 4-year college degree. It's a straightforward definition on the surface.
Okay.
But what's vital to grasp is that this isn't limited to any singular demographic you might instinctively imagine. It's a remarkably broad and diverse group. Oh, yeah. Data from the National Center for Education Statistics, or NCES, vividly illustrates this. First-generation students are represented across all racial and ethnic groups in significant numbers. For example, they constitute nearly half, 47.8% of Hispanic students, a substantial 42.0% of Black or African American students, and a notable 27.9% of white students.
Wow, those statistics really paint a picture of just how widespread this experience is. It's not confined to any one group or community, is it?
Not at all. And it's not just about race or ethnicity. This group spans an incredibly wide range of ages. The same NCES data shows that first-generation students can be as young as 18, where they make up 27.5% of that age bracket, all the way up to those aged 40 and older, where they represent a striking 50.2% of students.
Half. Wow.
Yeah. So whether you're a more traditional college-age student venturing into higher education right after high school, or an adult learner returning to school later in life to pursue new opportunities, you could very well be a first-generation student. They are literally found in every academic setting you can imagine, from community colleges to flagship research universities, and across all financial dependency and marital statuses. This truly underscores that being first-gen is a pervasive, cross-cutting experience. touching a vast and diverse segment of the student population. It creates a shared, powerful journey that, while unique, connects millions of individuals.
That deepens my understanding significantly. It truly sounds like a foundational experience shared by a vast number of students across the spectrum. But with such a unique background, what are some of the inherent difficulties or hurdles that arise specifically when it comes to translating that academic achievement into a successful career entry?
Right.
Because it's not just about earning the degree, is it? It's about navigating the professional world that comes after.
Precisely. The most significant and often unseen disadvantage for many first-generation students in the job search is a distinct lack of a built-in professional network. Unlike some of their peers, who might have parents, aunts, uncles, or even family friends who have navigated college, secured internships, or understand the intricacies of professional hiring, first-gen students often don't have that immediate, accessible resource.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Tyler Reed, a first-generation graduate himself, encapsulated this perfectly when he observed family friends of blue-collar families are going to be different from the family friends of white-collar families. This isn't a judgment about one background being superior to another. It's a stark acknowledgement of the different social and professional ecosystems people grow up in and the connections that naturally arise from those environments. It means fewer casual conversations about what my mom's colleague does or my uncle's friend is hiring.
That makes so much sense. It highlights that it's not about a lack of drive or intelligence, but simply a different starting point in terms of available guidance and informal pathways. This really sounds like navigating an unfamiliar cultural landscape.
That's an excellent way to put it. This often leads to what's best described as a mismatch between environment.
Right.
You've grown up in one world, often a blue-collar one, where professional norms, unspoken rules of the office, or even the subtle cues in a corporate interview might be entirely unfamiliar.
Yeah.
And then you enter the world of higher education and professional life, which often operates on a completely different set of assumptions and cultural capital. This can add a significant, often invisible layer of pressure.
I can imagine.
Imagine trying to learn calculus while simultaneously deciphering a completely new social code. In fact, a college finance survey illuminated this, revealing that a staggering 76% of first-generation college students felt immense pressure to do well academically, pressure that often extends to their career prospects.
76%. Yeah.
Beyond this cultural navigation, many first-gen students face additional practical complexities that directly impact their job search. They frequently have more significant work responsibilities outside of their studies, often attending college part-time to accommodate jobs, and many live off-campus juggling family commitments.
Right. Life doesn't stop.
Exactly. These factors, while demonstrating immense responsibility, grit, and time management skills, can unfortunately make it considerably harder to engage in traditional networking events, career fairs, or extracurricular activities that so often grease the wheels of career entry for other students. It's a multifaceted challenge that absolutely requires a uniquely strategic approach.
What you've described sounds incredibly demanding, but surely a journey this challenging must also cultivate some truly unique strengths that are incredibly valuable in the workplace. It can't be all hurdles. There must be a profound upside to this coin.
You're absolutely right. While the challenges are undeniable and real, the first-generation journey unequivocally equips individuals with an immense wellspring of resilience, unwavering determination, and a genuinely diverse perspective that is sorely needed in today's workforce.
Right.
Jim Campbell, a respected career expert, strongly emphasizes the critical importance of actively leveraging this unique background as a profound strength in the job market. He explains that your personal narrative, the story of your journey, can be carefully crafted into an incredibly compelling and memorable asset for potential employers. It's not just about what you've achieved, but how you've achieved it. Adapting, overcoming challenges, demonstrating self-reliance, and bringing fresh, innovative insights to the table that others who haven't walked your path simply wouldn't possess.
Like built-in problem-solving skills.
Exactly. Imagine a candidate who has had to figure things out for themselves, often with limited resources. That's a built-in problem solver.
So it's about shifting the narrative in your own mind first, seeing your unique path not as something to overcome or downplay, but as a distinct, powerful advantage.
Precisely. And this mindset shift is crucial. While it's true that many employers are still evolving their explicit diversity metrics, and first-generation status might not yet be universally categorized in the same way as, say, race or gender.
Right.
More and more forward-thinking organizations are significantly expanding their definitions of what constitutes valuable diversity. What they are increasingly realizing is that non-traditional candidates, which certainly includes many first-generation students, frequently bring a qualitatively different and often far more productive perspective to the workforce.
Interesting.
Consider companies like College Recruiter, for example, who actively seek out and value what they provocatively call scrappers.
Scrappers.
Yeah. These aren't just individuals who work harder, though that's often true. They are candidates who consistently demonstrate exceptional resourcefulness, unwavering problem-solving abilities under pressure, a profound appreciation for opportunity, and a remarkable level of loyalty.
Okay.
These are qualities that are frequently forged in the crucible of the first-generation experience, where you've learned to make the most of every opportunity, innovate out of necessity, and persevere against significant odds. These traits make you a lowest-risk candidate for many employers because your history signals strong work ethic and tenacity. Your journey isn't just a story of personal triumph. It's a compelling testament to your innate capability, adaptability, and tremendous value to any organization. #tag strategic job. Search the foundational steps.
That's a powerful reframing from overcoming obstacles to cultivating strengths. With that understanding of the landscape, acknowledging the challenges, but more importantly, focusing on your inherent strengths, where should a first-generation student practically begin their job search journey? It can feel like an Everest-sized undertaking, so getting those initial steps absolutely right is critical.
You're spot on. The starting point can indeed feel like staring up at a mountain, but it is absolutely crucial to emphasize the imperative of early planning and proactive engagement.
Okay, early planning.
Yeah. Sharbana Saha, a respected tech content reviewer, offers incredibly pertinent advice. Students should realistically begin looking for internship opportunities 6 to 8 months in advance of when they hope to start.
6 to 8 months. Wow.
I know, it sounds like a lot, right? But this isn't just a casual suggestion. It's a strategic necessity in today's competitive landscape. Think about it. If you're planning for a summer internship, you should ideally be actively exploring options by the preceding fall.
Right.
And if you're already in your final year of university, the advice is even more urgent. You should be actively seeking assistant or entry-level roles right now in your chosen field.
So get ahead of it.
Exactly. The core idea here is to get significantly ahead of the curve, rather than simply trying to keep up. This proactive approach gives you time, reduces stress, and opens up a wider array of opportunities. For example, many remote job portals increasingly offer part-time or even short-term internship work, sometimes lasting just 1 to 3 months, which can be remarkably accessible and flexible around other commitments.
6 to 8 months, that's a significant lead time, and it truly underscores that this isn't something you can just jump into last minute. But beyond just landing any job or internship, what's the deeper core goal of this early planning and hands-on engagement for a first-gen student? Is it simply to get something on the resume, or is there something more profound at play?
While beefing up your resume is certainly a tangible benefit, the primary overarching goal for students in this early career stage should be much, much broader. It's to deeply learn about their chosen field that textbooks simply can't capture.
Okay. Like real-world learning.
Exactly. Think of it as gaining invaluable, practical, street-smart experience that classroom lectures and readings, however excellent, can never fully replicate. This early engagement isn't just about performing tasks, it's about immersion. It allows you to truly test drive different aspects of an industry, to understand the day-to-day rhythms and realities of various roles, and to confirm whether your chosen path genuinely aligns with your evolving interests and skills.
Like, do I actually like doing this?
Precisely. Are you thriving in the fast-paced marketing environment you envisioned? Does the detailed analytical work of data science genuinely energize you? This deep learning involves observing, asking questions, and seeking out opportunities to understand the bigger picture.
Right.
It's about building foundational knowledge and practical skills that will make your resume not just longer, but significantly more robust and make you a far more attractive, informed, and confident candidate for future, more aligned roles. The experience itself, the learning embedded within it, is the true prize at this stage, even more so than the specific job title.
That's such an insightful distinction, learning what textbooks can't teach. But what if finding a traditional, full-time, perhaps even unpaid, structured internship feels completely out of reach, especially if you have other significant responsibilities like a part-time job to support yourself or family commitments?
Yeah, that's a very real barrier for many.
Are there alternative, more accessible ways to gain that crucial experience that employers are really looking for?
Absolutely. And this is a critical point. The good news is that hands-on experience is not exclusively defined by a classic long-term 9-to-5 internship.
Okay.
As we briefly touched on, remote job portals are excellent resources for finding part-time or even short-term work. But I cannot stress this enough. You should actively and strongly be advised against accepting unpaid internships.
Right. That's a big one.
It really is. While they might appear to be the only route to gain experience, the harsh truth is that they disproportionately cater to and benefit those from wealthy backgrounds who can afford to work without income. This creates a significant equity issue. The reality is, employers are primarily looking for demonstrated ability to do the work. This is the key insight.
Demonstrated ability, okay.
Whether that ability comes from volunteering in a relevant area that allows you to apply academic concepts, holding a demanding part-time job that requires transferable skills, or even seasonal employment where you develop competencies like teamwork, problem-solving, or customer service, it all counts.
So translate those skills.
Exactly. For instance, managing a busy retail floor isn't just about sales. It's about inventory management, conflict resolution, and working under pressure.
Sure.
A summer job at a camp involves leadership and program coordination. The goal is to build up your skill set and show you can perform tasks and responsibilities while critically still being able to earn income to support yourself.
Right.
Don't fall into the trap of believing an unpaid internship is your only ticket to professional experience. Your other diverse experiences can be just as, if not more, valuable and tell a powerful story of your grit.
That's incredibly practical and empowering advice, prioritizing paid opportunities and recognizing that valuable experience can indeed come in many forms beyond the traditional. We heard a truly powerful anecdote about the first domino from Diana Kleinmark, a first-generation student who navigated this path successfully. How does her experience illustrate the essential nature of that initial yes and the concept of transferable experience, even if it's not a perfect fit?
Oh, Diana Kleinmark's story is just fantastic. It's a masterclass in persistence, strategic thinking, and the power of a single breakthrough. When she was a college sophomore, she embarked on what many would consider an exhausting marathon. She applied to over 100 internship opportunities.
100?
Yeah. Just imagine the sheer volume of effort involved in that. Yet all that work, all those applications, ultimately led to only a handful of phone interviews and finally just one single job offer.
Just one.
Just one. And here's her profound, game-changing insight. It took one yes to start off the dominoes off my career. And she passionately emphasizes that it's always hardest to secure the first one. This first domino principle is absolutely critical for anyone, but especially for first-gen students who might feel immense pressure to find the perfect first step.
So that very first yes, even if it's not exactly the perfect dream job you envisioned, is truly the launch pad. It's permission to start moving forward.
Exactly. For Diana, that initial solitary offer was for an IT intern role at Hospiro, which is now part of Pfizer. On the surface, it didn't seem like a direct match for her passion. She was a communications and media major and, candidly, did very little in that IT role that directly pertained to health communications, her emerging interest.
Okay, so not a direct fit at all.
Not really.
Yeah.
However, crucially, because it was at a major pharmaceutical company, it was adjacent to the health-related content and industry she wanted to be in.
Ah, okay, the environment mattered.
Precisely. She brilliantly leveraged this initial, seemingly unrelated experience as a strategic stepping stone. While she was there, she didn't just do her assigned IT tasks. She was incredibly proactive and entrepreneurial.
How so?
She took the initiative to set up informational interviews using the internal directory to shadow people in the corporate communications department. Very smart. And it was in those very conversations, seeing the day-to-day work, that she solidified her true passion for health communication. This allowed her to then strategically build a resume by securing subsequent increasingly more aligned internships.
So she used that first role to figure things out.
Exactly. After Hospia, she landed an internship at Pfizer's R&D headquarters, which was a step closer to her goal. Then she gained invaluable experience at Community Health, the nation's largest free clinic, followed by Bixalta, and finally, Horizon Therapeutics. Each experience, starting with that pivotal first domino, was a deliberate, calculated step that refined her interests and built a powerful, highly relevant resume.
That's incredible.
Her journey unequivocally proves that your first professional experience doesn't have to be your ultimate dream job, nor does it need to be a perfect fit. It simply needs to be a starting point, a launch pad, from which you can strategically pivot and build, hashtag maximizing your network, building connections from scratch.
That story about the first domino really hammers home the power of persistence and strategic pivots. Now, let's talk about something that can feel particularly daunting for first-generation students: networking. It's universally acknowledged as important for everyone, yes, but why is it even more crucial and perhaps approached differently for first-generation students specifically?
Networking is paramount for everyone, absolutely. But for first-generation students, it takes on an amplified, almost enhanced priority.
Okay. Why is that?
This is precisely because of that lack of a built-in familial or inherited professional network we discussed earlier. As Sean Kelly, an analyst researching industry trends, powerfully highlighted, first-generation graduates often lack those immediate familial connections in established professional fields.
Right, the different family friends example.
Exactly. This means they must rely on connections they make in school and beyond. This isn't just a suggestion. It truly necessitates that they network a lot more aggressively and a lot differently than their peers who might have a parent's colleague to call or a family friend in their desired industry.
Aggressively and differently. What does that look like?
Well, it isn't about being pushy or transactional. It's about being incredibly proactive, thoughtful, and intentional in building genuine relationships. At its heart, effective networking isn't just about directly asking for a job. In fact, it rarely starts there.
Okay.
It's fundamentally about looking for ways to help others, which creates a natural, organic pathway to reciprocity.
So give first.
Exactly. When you genuinely offer value, whether it's sharing a relevant article you've read, offering a skill you possess, or simply being an empathetic, engaged listener who can synthesize what you hear and perhaps connect dots for someone, genuine connections organically form and strengthen. You're building a foundation of mutual respect and value.
So it's about cultivating authentic relationships, almost like building social capital, rather than just transactional exchanges for job leads. With that in mind, where are the most direct, accessible, and high-impact places for a first-gen student to start building this absolutely crucial network from scratch?
The single most crucial, yet surprisingly often underutilized, resource for any college student, but especially a first-gen one, is your school's Career Services Office.
The Career Center, really?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
These offices are literal gold mines, packed with dedicated professionals ready to provide invaluable guidance, connect you to job leads, and offer deep industry insights. They are typically staffed by people who want to help you succeed. They host career fairs where you can meet recruiters face-to-face, run workshops on everything from crafting an ATS-friendly resume to mastering interview skills, and organize networking events specifically designed to connect students with employers and experienced professionals. Think of them as your dedicated institutional support system, often free of charge as part of your tuition.
That's a great point. It's already paid for, basically.
It is. Beyond that, an immense yet still often overlooked resource is your university's LinkedIn alumni page.
LinkedIn alumni page.
Yeah, every major university has one, and it's an incredibly powerful untapped tool. You can literally search for alumni who work at specific companies, live in certain cities, or even graduated in a particular year.
That's fascinating. So I could realistically look up University of Michigan alumni working at Google in Seattle and potentially connect with them. That takes out a lot of the guesswork of cold outreach.
Exactly. And this is precisely where the magic happens. Many currently enrolled students, whether first generation or not, often underestimate just how much alumni want to help.
Really? People want to help.
Oh, absolutely. Alumni feel a strong sense of connection to their alma mater and a shared experience with you. They genuinely want to see their university's graduates succeed and are often eager to pay it forward. Faith Rothberg, for example, successfully secured a job directly through her University of Michigan alumni network by proactively reaching out. She didn't ask for a job directly. She asked for advice, for insights, for a brief chat.
So informational, not transactional.
Exactly. One of those initial informational meetings where she asked smart questions and demonstrated her enthusiasm directly led to her being hired. So don't hesitate to tap into that incredible wellspring of support. It's quite literally at your fingertips, a ready-made network waiting to be activated.
Okay, so how do you actually reach out?
Send a polite, concise message on LinkedIn. Hello, name. I'm a current university student studying your major, and I'm deeply interested in their industry role. Saw you also graduated from your university and was hoping for 15 minutes of your time to learn about your career path. Would you be open to a brief virtual coffee chat sometime in the coming weeks? Keep it short, respectful, and clear.
That's a fantastic, concrete starting point, especially for those of us who might not have an existing family network. And speaking of direct networking tools, there's a specific concept that sounds particularly helpful for those without an existing network: the informational interview. What exactly is it, and how does it work? It sounds far less intimidating than a traditional job interview.
It is, and that's precisely its strategic power. An informational interview, sometimes referred to as a coffee chat or informational meeting, is, at its core, a conversation in which you seek insights on a career path, an industry, a company, and/or general career advice from someone with experience.
Okay, seeking insights.
Yes. The critical differentiator here is that these conversations are designed to be casual and candid. And crucially, they're explicitly not about hiring and not about a specific job.
No pressure then.
Exactly. This intentional framing creates a truly non-threatening forum for discussion. Unlike a formal job interview where both parties are assessing a specific fit for a role, informational interviews are solely about acquiring and sharing knowledge. You're the curious seeker, and they're the generous expert sharing their wisdom.
So it's a low-pressure way to learn, to gain insider perspective, and to make a genuine connection without the immediate pressure or expectation of a job offer. What are the concrete, actionable benefits for the knowledge seeker, for the student in this scenario?
The benefits are multifold and incredibly significant, especially for a first-gen student.
First, they allow you to gather vital, real-world information about an industry, specific companies, or even particular roles that truly interest you, helping you explore and validate different career paths before you commit.
Test the waters.
Right. Second, by engaging in these conversations, you can sometimes uncover unadvertised job opportunities. Many roles are filled through internal referrals before they ever hit a public job board, and an informational interview puts you on the radar.
The hidden job market.
Exactly. And third, they are an unparalleled way to organically expand your professional network, one meaningful conversation at a time, without the daunting pressure of a formal interview. As Christy Knoll, a seasoned career strategist, wisely advises, informational interviews are a terrific tool to learn about industries, companies, and positions before you accept the job and discover it's not what you thought it was going to be.
She also underscores that you absolutely don't need a massive existing network to secure them. Many professionals, especially alumni, are genuinely happy to jump on a brief call to share their journey.
Okay.
And here's a critical pro tip for maximum impact. At the very end of every informational interview, you should ask if the person you are speaking to has anyone they recommend you talk to for another informational interview.
AI is incredible. It can teach you how to fry an egg and even write a poem, pirate style. Yarr! But it knows nothing about your work. Slackbot is different. It doesn't just know the facts. It knows your schedule. It can turn a brainstorm into a brief. And it doesn't need to be taught. Because Slackbot isn't just another AI. It's AI that knows your work as well as you do. Visit slack.com/meet Slackbot to learn more.
The referral.
Yes. This is how you exponentially grow your network, turning one helpful conversation into a gateway to several more. Truly building connections from scratch.
Yeah.
You could phrase it simply, "Thank you so much for your insights today. They've been incredibly helpful. As I continue to explore different facets of industry, is there anyone else you would recommend I speak with who might offer a different perspective?"
That's brilliant. It literally turns one connection into a gateway to several more, a perfect domino effect for networking. Beyond campus resources and these specific interview types, where else can a first-gen student strategically seek connections and broaden their network?
Beyond your university, you should also be actively looking to network within your community. Many valuable opportunities are never widely advertised. They're often found through local connections.
Local connections, okay.
Look for opportunities by attending local networking events organized by professional associations, industry meetups, or local chambers of commerce in your city. Joining community organizations that align with your interests, even if they aren't strictly career-focused, can also lead to surprising professional connections.
So get involved locally.
Exactly. These local grassroots connections can be incredibly powerful because they are often less formal and more accessible. In addition to physical spaces, the digital world offers immense, almost limitless possibilities.
Right, online.
Make it a point to join online communities specifically designed for entry-level professionals in your field, or seek out industry-specific Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, or even Reddit communities. These platforms allow you to engage with people who are already climbing the ladder in your desired field, offering a chance to learn, ask questions, and potentially connect with someone who can guide you.
And what about the big social media platforms like LinkedIn and even X, formerly Twitter? Can those truly be effective tools for networking beyond just resume posting?
Absolutely. Rainer Teo, a founder in the tech space, explicitly suggests that platforms like LinkedIn and X are ideal for contacting industry professionals. They offer a level of direct accessibility that traditional methods often lack. You can engage thoughtfully with their posts, some concise, respectful direct messages, and essentially put yourself out there in a low-stakes way. However, it's vital to maintain respect and avoid coming across as intrusive or demanding.
Right, don't be annoying.
Exactly. When reaching out to someone you don't know, keep your initial message brief, personalized, and focused on learning, not asking for a job. For example, "Dear name, I admire your work in specific area you admire. I'm a student at university deeply interested in their industry role and was hoping you might spare 10 minutes to share some insights on your career path."
Keep it focused.
Yes, these are powerful tools to increase your chances of landing your dream job, but they require a strategic, polite, and value-driven approach. The goal is always to build genuine connections, not just collect contacts. By diversifying your networking efforts across campus resources, community engagement, and strategic digital outreach, you significantly broaden your reach and amplify your opportunities. Hashtag, tag, crafting your narrative and value proposition.
Okay, so we've covered understanding your unique background, the importance of gaining experience, and strategically growing your network. Now, let's talk about packaging all of that into a compelling story. How can a first-generation student truly transform their unique background into a powerful asset during the job search? It feels like something that many might be inclined to hide or downplay, but you're suggesting it should be front and center.
That's right. It's fundamentally about reframing and leveraging your uniqueness. Your journey as a first-generation student has, without a doubt, equipped you with an incredible reservoir of resilience, determination, and a truly diverse perspective. These aren't just fluffy buzzwords. They are tangible, highly sought-after qualities that employers value immensely in today's dynamic workforce. Sean Kelly, the analyst we mentioned, offers bold advice: putting your story out there prominently in your cover letter, on your resume, and especially in interviews.
Really? Be that open.
Yes. Make it unequivocally clear that you are proud of and excited about your first-gen status. Wearing this proudly isn't just about personal validation. It strategically shows potential employers that you're motivated, confident, and proud of your accomplishments.
Okay.
You're effectively telling them, "Look what I've accomplished despite challenges. Imagine what I can do for your company."
So it's not just an interesting biographical fact. It's a compelling demonstration of character, drive, and capability.
Exactly. It can genuinely inspire those reading your application or interviewing you. While sharing your story is, of course, always optional and depends on your comfort level in the context, it can serve as an incredibly powerful differentiator in a competitive job market. It communicates a narrative of overcoming hurdles, of intrinsic drive, of navigating unfamiliar territory successfully, and of bringing a fresh, valuable, and often underrepresented perspective to a team. This is precisely what leading organizations are increasingly looking for to foster a more productive, innovative, and representative workforce.
So how do you actually word that?
To make it actionable, consider a phrase for your resume's summary. First-generation college graduate with a proven track record of skill acquired through resilience, e.g., independent problem-solving, and a diverse perspective from navigating complex systems. Or in a cover letter. As a first-generation college student, I've cultivated exceptional resilience and a strong work ethic, qualities I believe would greatly benefit your team.
Nice, very concrete. Many students, first-gen or otherwise, might feel their degree rigidly limits them to one specific career path. You get a marketing degree, you do marketing, a history degree, and then the inevitable. So what are you going to do with that?
Right, the classic question.
How can first-gen students broaden their horizons and really see their degrees as more versatile tools, not narrow constraints?
This is an absolutely crucial mindset shift that can unlock a world of opportunities. Aidan Higgins, a senior editor and writer, is a strong advocate for actively expanding your job search to other industries beyond the most obvious ones.
Look beyond the obvious.
Yes. He passionately argues that your degree should be used to show all of the skills you have learned that you're able to apply to a variety of situations, not just one niche situation.
Okay.
Think about it this way. A communications degree isn't just for public relations. It teaches critical thinking, persuasive writing, audience analysis, and strategic messaging skills invaluable in sales, project management, or even technical writing.
True.
A history degree isn't just for academia. It develops exceptional research, analytical, and narrative synthesis skills, making graduates highly capable in market research, policy analysis, or even user experience design, where understanding human behavior in context is paramount.
Right. Transferable skills.
Exactly. Aiden even provides the relatable example of people working successfully in travel blogging who make full use of their English or cultural studies degrees, even though their university courses might have initially steered them toward traditional literary or academic paths. Your degree represents a foundational toolkit of highly transferable skills, problem solving, meticulous research, effective communication, incisive analysis, adaptability, and cross-cultural understanding, all of which are incredibly valuable across countless fields, not just the one narrowly associated with your major. It's about translating what you learned into what you can do.
That reframing sounds incredibly liberating, but also it takes a significant amount of confidence, especially for a first-gen student who might feel an extra layer of pressure to get everything right on the first try. How can they cultivate that confidence when they might inherently feel a bit out of place or underserving?
Confidence is indeed a muscle, and it often grows stronger the more you exercise it, particularly by embracing and celebrating your unique journey.
Okay.
Diana Kleinmark, whose first domino story exemplifies perseverance, reflected deeply on this herself. She candidly shared, "If I had to do it again, I would be more confident in myself. I would have applied to more opportunities I didn't feel qualified for."
Wow. So apply even if you don't feel 100% qualified.
Exactly. This speaks volumes about the common experience of imposter syndrome, which can be particularly acute for first-gen students who might feel they don't belong in certain professional spaces. Her direct advice is powerful and simple. Be confident in your abilities.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, for sure. But recognize that your resilience, your determination, your ability to navigate unfamiliar systems, these are not just character traits, but powerful professional assets that many other candidates simply don't possess because they haven't had to develop them. The first step to confidence is believing in the value of your own lived experience.
Okay.
Even if you only meet 60% of the qualifications for a job, apply anyway. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
And what about discussing financial needs with a potential employer? That can feel incredibly awkward, even taboo, especially if you're coming from a background where money conversations might have been difficult or simply not common in a professional context.
It's true. It can feel incredibly awkward, but it is an absolutely necessary and professional conversation to have. You are strongly advised to be candid with the hiring manager about your financial needs.
Candid? How candid?
Well, this doesn't mean making unrealistic demands or sharing your entire financial history. It means being well-informed, having done your homework, and being prepared to advocate for fair compensation.
Okay, so do your research first.
Absolutely. Before any salary discussion, diligently research fair compensation for similar roles in similar industries and locations. Use reputable resources like Glassdoor, LinkedIn Salary Insights, and government labor statistics like the Bureau of Labor Statistics or ORNet.
Got it.
College Recruiter, a resource for students, often displays actual or estimated compensation ranges alongside job postings, which is invaluable. Come prepared with a well-reasoned, data-backed case for why you deserve a certain salary range. Most employers want to pay fairly, and providing them with objective market data helps facilitate that. Don't undersell yourself or shy away from this conversation due to discomfort. It's a fundamental part of valuing your skills and contributions.
How do you phrase that?
You could politely say, "Based on my research and the responsibilities of this role, I'm seeking a salary in the range of X to Y." Be prepared to explain briefly why, based on your skills and the market data.
This leads perfectly to a very practical question that I'm sure many listeners are wondering. Should you explicitly mention being first generation on a resume or cover letter? Is that something recruiters actually look for, or could it be perceived negatively?
Yes, absolutely. Trumpet it is a resounding advice here.
Trumpet it? Okay.
You should literally include those keywords in your resume. Think about terms like first-generation college student, non-traditional student, or diverse background.
Why? What's the mechanism there?
Because a vast majority of recruiters today use applicant tracking systems, or ATS, which are software programs that scan resumes for specific keywords.
Ah, the robots.
Exactly.
Hey, this is Brent Skinner, host of Small Talk Window here at the Work Defined Podcasting Network. Have you ever wanted a short podcast to listen to during a coffee break of your workday? You've come to the right place. My guests dispense with the small talk as quickly as possible and settle into a meaningful conversation around the world of work.
If your resume contains these particular keywords, it significantly increases the likelihood of it making it past the initial screening and being seen by a human recruiter.
Okay, so it helps you get seen.
Yes, and it helps employers efficiently identify you as a candidate who brings a unique perspective and, from their perspective, often a lowest risk candidate.
Lowest risk? How so?
What does lowest risk mean in this context? It means your background demonstrates profound resilience, adaptability, self-reliance, and the ability to navigate complex systems qualities that often translate directly to higher productivity, strong problem-solving capabilities, and a greater appreciation for the opportunity, leading to better employee retention.
Got it.
Making it easy for them to immediately see your unique value proposition will make it far more likely that you'll be interviewed and ultimately hired for the value you bring, not just the skills you list. #tag navigating offers and career trajectories.
So, after all that incredibly hard work, the diligent planning, the strategic networking, the careful crafting of your story, you finally receive a job offer. Congratulations. That's a huge milestone.
Absolutely. A huge moment.
But now what? What should a first-generation student prioritize when making that pivotal decision? Is it solely about the highest salary number?
It is absolutely unequivocally not just about compensation, and recognizing this is a critical insight to carry forward throughout your career.
Okay, not just money.
Right. While a good salary is undeniably important for financial stability and independence, a recent Skynova study sheds fascinating light on the top reasons people switch jobs. These reasons offer a holistic perspective that you could deeply consider when evaluating any offer beyond just the take-home pay.
What did they find?
The study found that people switched jobs primarily for better benefits, 32%, more flexibility, 28%, less stress, 28%, higher pay to compensate for inflation, 27%, and a shorter commute, 26%.
Interesting. Pay is in there, but it's not number one.
Exactly. These factors powerfully highlight that the overall value proposition of a job extends far beyond the immediate paycheck. For a first-gen student, factors like robust health benefits could mean crucial support for family members, or flexibility could be essential for balancing ongoing responsibilities.
That truly broadens the definition of value. So It's about asking deeper, more nuanced questions throughout the interview process, not just at the offer stage.
Exactly. This requires a proactive approach during interviews and negotiations. You should be asking detailed, probing questions about daily tasks, compensation, benefits, and time off to fully understand the job and its comprehensive value.
Don't be shy about asking.
Not at all. Don't be afraid to dig in politely. For instance, ask, can you walk me through a typical day or week in this role? Or what does the full benefits package include, and how does your company support work-life balance? A robust health insurance plan, generous paid time off, genuine options for remote or hybrid work, clear opportunities for career progression, or a supportive work environment known for its positive culture might, in the long run, be far more valuable to your well-being, personal growth, and long-term career trajectory than a slightly higher starting salary in a high-stress, inflexible, or dead-end environment.
Right. Look at the whole picture.
It's about finding the best holistic fit for your long-term goals and personal needs, not just chasing the biggest number.
Once you accept that first role and you've navigated all those initial stages, how long should a first-generation student realistically plan to stay in their first job? And what factors should they start considering for future career moves? There can be a lot of pressure, especially with that first professional role, to get it absolutely right.
It's a very common concern, and that pressure is certainly understandable. However, the general recommendation across career experts is to aim to stay in your first professional job for at least 1 year.
1 year minimum, okay.
This time frame isn't arbitrary. It's widely considered the minimum period required to lay a solid foundation for networking and professional recommendations.
Makes sense. Build relationships.
Exactly. It provides enough time for you to truly learn the ropes of the industry and the role, to contribute meaningfully to projects, and critically, to build genuine positive relationships with colleagues and supervisors who can later serve as valuable references or network connections.
Right.
Leaving a job too soon, say, after only a few months, can sometimes raise red flags or questions for future employers.
Okay, so when you do think about moving on, what should you look for?
When you do start to consider future moves, the same Skynova study we referenced earlier again provides incredibly valuable insights, outlining what would make employees stay in a job. These factors are crucial for assessing your own career progression and overall job satisfaction.
What keeps people happy?
The top reasons include career development, 40%, change to learn new skills, 40%, trustworthy leadership, 38%, more work-life balance, 37%, and mental health support, 35%.
Growth, learning, trust, balance.
Yes. If your current role isn't offering these critical elements, they become very important considerations for your next strategic move. Are you growing? Are you learning? Do you feel supported? These are signs of a healthy career path.
That's a great framework for evaluating not just the first job, but every job moving forward. Finally, Diana Kleinmark, our first-gen success story, eventually pursued a master's degree. Is a master's always necessary or universally beneficial for first-generation students in their careers, or is that something that genuinely depends heavily on the specific path they choose?
Diana's perspective on her master's degree is incredibly nuanced, and it offers profoundly valuable insight that challenges conventional thinking.
Oh, how so?
She candidly shared that her master's degree didn't serve me right away in the conventional sense for her entry-level role in health communications. She didn't feel smarter than her peers, who might not have had a master's, and in fact she was actually a bit older than some entry-level colleagues because of the additional years spent pursuing her advanced degree.
Okay, so not an immediate boost.
Not immediately obvious, no. However, and this is the crucial part, 5 years into her career, she is immensely grateful for it. It now serves her directly and critically in her more specialized agency role, where she regularly needs to read and interpret complex clinical research and provide high-level, informed advice to clients.
So the value emerged later.
Exactly. This powerfully demonstrates that the immediate obvious impact of advanced education might not always be apparent, but its value can reveal itself over time in unexpected and profound ways as your career matures.
So the value might not be immediate, but it can reveal itself over time, perhaps in ways you couldn't have predicted early on. It's about a long-term investment.
Precisely. She wisely concludes that a master's isn't universally necessary for success in many fields, particularly in communications, PR, and marketing, where practical experience often outweighs advanced degrees for entry-level roles. But she stresses that it is beneficial if you make it valuable for yourself. This is a powerful distinction. The value isn't inherent in the degree itself, but in how you approach it, apply it, and integrate it into your unique professional identity and trajectory.
Make it valuable yourself. I like that.
Yeah. Her most profound insight, which resonates for all education and achievements, is that nothing we attain is going to be valuable. The value comes from our perspective and adding our spin to the education we receive.
Wow.
For a first-gen student, this means leveraging your unique lens, your resilience, your problem-solving abilities, your determination to give that education a practical, powerful spin. She also shared a very practical financial lesson that often accompanies the first-generation journey. If she had to do it again, she would have started paying the interest on her student loans while she was still in school.
Oh, good tip.
Yeah, this seemingly small act can make a significant difference in reducing the overall debt burden over time, a thoughtful consideration often overlooked amidst the excitement of college.
#outro. This deep dive has truly shown us that the journey for first-generation college students navigating the job market is, yes, profoundly unique, but it is also absolutely brimming with powerful opportunities and strategic pathways to profound success.
Absolutely.
From planning early and leveraging every connection you strategically make, to confidently and proudly sharing your incredible story, you are already equipped with immense, often unrecognized strengths forged in your remarkable journey.
Remember Diana Kleinmark's powerful first domino effect, that one, yes, even if it's not the perfect one, can truly launch your entire career. Embrace the transformative power of informational interviews and never, ever underestimate the immense untapped value of your school's alumni network on platforms like LinkedIn. Your determination, your unparalleled resilience, and your uniquely diverse perspective are not just character traits. They are your greatest professional assets, assets that are increasingly high demand.
So, as you embark on or continue your career journey, consider this provocative thought. Given the diverse perspectives, the profound resilience, the innate resourcefulness, and the unique problem-solving skills that first-generation students cultivate throughout their academic and personal lives, how might their increasing presence in professional roles not just fill positions, but fundamentally redefine the very nature of innovation, adaptability, and leadership in the modern workforce?
That's a powerful question.
The future of work might very well be shaped in exciting and unexpected ways by those who paved their own way.
This has been From Dorms to Desks, job hunting tips for those early in their careers, a podcast brought to you by college recruiter job search site, with which believes that every student and recent grad deserves a great career. Each episode, we dive into tips, tricks, and insights that will help you land your next part-time, seasonal, internship, or entry-level job. Subscribe to this podcast for free now, so you don't miss an episode, and visit www.collegerecruiter.com to find your next great job.